Hi guys, Sandra here from Create in Spain, and this is definitely not my normal sort of video. Have you ever bought pineapple and thought, I'm really not quite sure how to cut it? So I'm going to show you a method to get the most out of your pineapple and to throw the least of it away. And the first thing is you want to cut off either the base or the head. Then turn it around and cut the other one. So you can discard that. Now generally there are a couple of fairly well-known ways of cutting a pineapple. The first one is to use one of these gizmos that turns around and goes through the core. Now it works, but it only works if you keep it straight so that it goes down the core. Oops, sorry about that, just knocked my camera. If it goes down the core properly. But the other thing that it does is it leaves an awful lot of wastage of your pineapple. And obviously if you paid a lot for your pineapple, you don't want to waste that much of it. I did actually take, just because I was distracted by filming, a little bit more off the top than I would normally have taken. The other way of doing it is to take a sharp knife, and you probably want a fairly hefty one again, and go down the sides. No. I have found that the way to cut a pineapple, let me just turn my board around so I can get this position right. The way to cut a pineapple so you get the least possible wastage is like this. Take your knife and go right down the centre. Now sometimes these centres are very woody and sometimes they're not. You don't always have to discard them. You might, but you don't always have to. And do the same thing in the opposite direction. So you've got it cut into quarters. Turn again and go down. If you just hold it at the top, you'll find most of it will stay together until you get it cut. Rotate for the last time and there we go. So we now have our segments. And this makes it easy to get rid of any bits that you really don't want. So for the centerpiece, you can choose to get rid of a slither if that's what you want to do. Right, here comes the fun bit, because this is the easy way of getting your segments like that. Chop, chop. Keep your fingers well out of the way. Take the same knife, press down, and then with your knife level, cut as close to the skin as you dare. You then end up with most of the pineapple. You might want to take the odd tiny little bit off, but you have got far less wastage there than you would have in any other method. If you still find these a bit too chunky, you can cut them down lengthwise again before you take the skin away. So let's take one of my slightly chunkier ones. Right, this one's a bit of a chunkier one. So I'm going to take away that centre piece. I'm going to cut it in half again. So you do need a nice sharp knife. That is the one thing you really do need. And I'm just flicking my wrist. I'm not applying any pressure on that, just flicking my wrist. And this is a flexible blade, so you can use that. And you can use the finger pressure against the top of the blade to help you guide it. And there again, we have as little wastage as is possible. Take care now. Bye bye.